challenge. We've been working with a pharma company in the UK, and like most companies, they've had trouble getting access to HCPs due to the pandemic. So they had to create a remote sales team. They did that with 5 to 6 remote experts, so kind of specialists in remote engagement. This team were doing exceptional and exceeding their targets in a very short time frame. But at the same time, they had, and this is something that you can probably recognize, they had an idle sales force of around 100 reps. They hadn't been able to meet with customers for a period of time. It probably sounds a little familiar. The company knew that remote would be an integral part of their engagement strategy going forward. So they needed to figure out what to do with their field force. But they also knew that they couldn't afford keeping all the 100 reps and the remote team. So if you were managing that company, what would you do? In this case, they decided to sack the remote team and train their 100 traditional reps to do all the engagement, so face-to-face and remote. And I'm sure that some of them will be great at it. But it also seems like they're trying to apply an old model to kind of a new world. So, I believe the winners post-COVID will be those companies that manage to not just do catch up, but actually rethink their approach. Because becoming successful with remote engagement requires the right strategy, the right skills, and also the right technology. My name is Mads Bjarni Kornbech. I'm the commercial lead at Agnitio. We're part of Big Tin Can, a global leader in digital sales enablement and automation. At Agnitio, we're experts in developing multi-channel and remote engagement solutions that are focused on the needs of life science companies. We've been doing that for 20 years. This year, we launched Agnitio Live, which is our remote detailing solution that's built specifically to meet pharma's needs for easy, for effective, compelling, and compliant remote engagement. Normally, at this time, we would be touring conferences and events to proudly showcase it, but this is, in fact, the first bigger event. So you are among the first to see it in real life. Today, I want to present what we believe will make some companies winners in the post-pandemic world, because I'm absolutely certain that COVID changes everything. I've worked with digitalization in pharma for around 10 years, helping pharma companies make their HCP engagements more effective and impactful using digital technology. In that whole period of time, we've talked about multi-channel, omni-channel, connected digital customer experiences. But how far did we actually get, if we are honest? Until now. The interesting thing is that HCPs are requesting it now. So Ernst & Young, together with Reuters Events, did a study recently among pharma companies. So 83%, as you can see here, believe that face-to-face access to HCPs will be challenged. And they also found that 72% actually expect face-to-face engagements to be permanently reduced post-pandemic. So our customers, the HCPs, they've changed, meaning there is a permanent change for us, everybody, to change and digitalize our go-to-market and our approach. The good thing in all of this is that we can see that pharma is also responding. We recently did an expert webinar where we were exploring remote engagement practices in the life sciences. We asked senior executives from more than 100 different pharma companies about their expectations for future investments. And as you can see on the results, basically all of them believed that investments in remote engagement would either increase or increase substantially over the next years. So that's a good sign. So the interesting bit here is also to deep dive into, so how is it that pharma is responding? When surveyed, 68% of pharma execs responded that live, remote, or phone detailing had been the most impactful channel during the pandemic. And when looking beyond this time, 66% actually believe that this will still be the most impactful channel going forward. So this is what I really want to deep dive into, because this is within our specialty area and our capabilities. So what is it that you need? What is it that you need to know about remote detailing? And what do you need to consider when selecting or figuring out what the right remote solution is for your organization in specific? Because we all have individual needs. So let's look at some of the biggest challenges that we hear our pharma clients facing right now when it comes to HCP engagement. And you can probably recognize a lot of it. So if we take the sales director, so we'd hear him say that we're not making our quota because the number of engagements have dropped. And we don't really know what's going on in the meeting, so we don't know how to fix it. At the same time, we're hearing the sales rep saying that it's hard to get meetings with the HCPs, and we need more and we need better marketing materials to be able to educate them better and be more relevant in our to get those meetings. And also they are challenged in saying that it simply takes too long to get HCPs on to a presentation online, and they either won't or can't download the meeting software that's needed. So from a business excellence perspective, they would say we're lacking insights. We are lacking insights from meetings to understand what's going on and how we can help improve our overall go-to-market. And at the same time, the marketeers are complaining that we lack data. We're spending this much money into fine-tuning and creating amazing content, and we don't know if our investments are paying off, what is being used, and what do we need to do to help our salespeople meet the changing needs of our customers going forward. So the essence of it and the sum of it is that we need to come up with the right capabilities to kind of embrace those challenges that are out there. So what I'd like to do is dive a little bit deeper into where some of these, what those capabilities might be, to make it a little bit more clearer and transparent and tangible. What is it that's needed? So a few things. So ease is really, really important. So making it easy for customers. As I said, HCPs, they sometimes don't want to, or they can't simply download software. So we hear of a lot of HCPs that have trouble accessing Zoom simply because of hospital firewalls and because they are blocked from downloading those types of solutions. And it needs to be simple and easy for the reps. So it's to make their experience as good as possible. They need to be able to locate relevant materials in a simple way when they need it. And at the same time, they don't want to spend hours in the CRM after a call. So anything that we can do to help automate their process is a really, really good idea, and will definitely help increasing uptake and buy-in from the people that are using it on a daily basis. Moving on to one of the things that's really striking, and this is something that's top of my mind, and somewhere where I believe we can really make a difference, because relevancy is really key when we are struggling for airtime and we're struggling for HCPs to to meet their screen fatigue. So making it compelling and engaging for customers is key. And I think that remote detailing is one of the ways that we can really make a difference, because it enables us to create these real interactive presentations and experiences. We call it co-browsing. What it means is that it enables attendees on both sides, so HCPs, to take active part in presentations, so that we turn it from a one-way presentation to an interactive dialogue, where at the same time the presenter, our reps, get in-session data as cues to help personalize the meetings. So let me give you an example. Right now we're working with a pharma company, and together with their digital agency, we're building digital decision trees. We basically, in that way, are helping their reps more easily get to the right information that's relevant for that individual conversation for that HCP, to streamline that whole process and make it super relevant for their customers. In their case, it also means that they can directly create an order form for samples or further information, educational knowledge, that's then automatically shared to the CRM, and they can take action on it immediately. So this will help them increase response time and turnover. Then it's about creating actionable data. Now I've just talked about in-session data and cues that the reps can get to help them be as relevant as possible. That's one thing, but also helping managers understand, so how are we performing our key messages? Are they being communicated? What is it that we are providing, and how we're meeting our metrics? And for C-level, to get an understanding about a more complete picture of the trends. What is it that we're delivering in the market, and what is it? What is the feedback that we are getting, and the interest that we are getting from people in the market? So, and finally, it obviously needs to be compliant, so that we match the pharma's the regulatory requirements that we are accustomed to in pharma. So basically saying that most companies fix the short-term challenge with Zoom or Teams or another video conferencing solution, or maybe even the phone only. But while these solutions are great, have their purpose, they were also a great way to fix things to get through the first part of the pandemic. What we're seeing now is that pharma companies are looking for a more permanent solution that better fit their needs for providing simple, effective, powerful experiences, while meeting regulations and compliance needs, and also the need for data to drive more sophisticated and effective communications going forward. So this is why we really see remote detailing as a striking opportunity, and one of the reasons that last quarter alone we saw increase of remote engagement on our technologies increase almost 700%. Before wrapping up, let me give you a brief and powerful example of how one of our customers are demonstrating results from remote detailing, and thanks to our friends at Solomon. One of the leaders within diabetes, Novo Nordisk, lacked awareness and reach in Mexico. They didn't have their own sales force in place to cover all of this huge area. So they hired an external sales partner that was specialized in digital and remote engagement with HCPs. They were then trained and educated to carry out high-level product presentations. What they then do is that they reach out to HCPs and engage via the normal way of communicating with them. So that could be via WhatsApp, it could be via phone, obviously, a messenger. It could even be via a video conference if that's a normal way for them to approach their customers. And within 40 seconds, because they use this short link, they can get the HCPs onto a remote detailing presentation where they get the opportunities to present Novo Nordisk's products, drugs in a professional and convincing way, while tracking everything that takes place inside those engagements. And the results have been really remarkable. 92% of HCPs are so pleased that they'll recommend this service to their peers. The reps are rated 4.8 out of 5, emphasizing the value of the customer experience that they are providing. So how they're providing relevance to HCPs. But most importantly, 53% of those HCPs have an actual interest and intention of prescribing the medicines to at least one patient in the following 30 days. So if we go back again and consider that example with the UK pharma company from my introduction, this case emphasizes the opportunity and tangible effects from taking a different approach to remote engagement. As I said, we've just launched Agnitio Live, our new and latest development, a remote detailing solution that's built as a standalone solution. All it takes for it to work is a browser, so any device can be used, and it can be used together with any CRM system and easily connected to other engagement platforms. So if you're interested in seeing how it works, my colleague Nikolai will be giving a short demo in about 30 minutes time, I believe, or 15 minutes time actually, at 5:15 Central European time, so just after the session in the expo area. Other than that, we are also here to help. So we have tons of dialogues with pharma companies. So here are some of the ways that we typically help and how we are very keen to open up a dialogue with you out there. So we can help explore best practices for remote and multi-channel HCP engagements, share examples of how our other customers are doing this. We can help define impact and return on investment from those remote engagements and build a business case for that. But also as part of the bigger Big Tin Can group, we provide AI-driven digital content management, remote sales training and coaching tools, including some really, really cool ways of benefiting from voice recognition. So if any of those areas are something that you're working with and want to dive deeper into, we're here to help. With that said, do reach out to me personally if there's something that I can help with, and I'll involve the right people, obviously. Other than that, I hope you have a fantastic event, get a lot of learnings, and thank you for your time, and hope to get in touch soon. Thank you.